If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
What?
Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and the long-awaited feature that everyone wanted, Heirloom Recolors, is finally coming, and with it, brand new animation changes, which we've talked about. But we also know that Respawn is going to be doing these for a lot more legends, and we have some inside information on what's coming next and how they are actually going to be doing this for future legends going in, along with the regular heirlooms. We're also going to give out 45 bucks. All you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. But without further ado, let's talk about what their plan is with these very expensive cosmetics. So Apex Legends is pumping out more heirlooms than ever before. As most of you are aware, we are getting the Wraith Heirloom Recolor in just 2 weeks. Now, of course, with that, we're also getting the brand new mythic emote that we have all seen, and of course, a banner frame. And while it's very cool and should make a lot of Wraith mains happy if you're willing to get it, heirlooms in general in Apex Legends are kind of moving in a ton of different directions. But let's go over those Recolor heirlooms real quick. They actually will be making more of these. The Wraith one is not the only one. Something that was very unique about the Wraith Heirloom that they decided to do was update the animations for it. As you may have noticed, if you have the Wraith Heirloom, just even the base one, it's been upgraded majorly with a bunch of new stuff you can do with it. Now, this has actually been talked about a lot in Apex Legends. Players think that if they got one of the original heirlooms, it kind of sucks because you just don't get that many cool customizations compared to the newer ones. So this is something that Respawn is actually going to be doing going forward. They are going to be recoloring regular heirlooms pretty regularly, and it sounds like they already have their next one planned. From what I was told, it was actually going to be the Bloodhound one, which makes a lot of sense when you look at the release order, because Wraith came out when the game launched, Bloodhound was next, then you have Lifeline, Pathfinder, Octane, so on and so forth. Now, of course, Valkyrie, Seer, and some of the other newer legends that got heirlooms, they have a ton of unique and cool kind of stuff you can do with it. Bloodhound one, not so much. Bloodhound kind of just flicks it. You start getting kind of the cooler animations when you get the Pathfinder who actually fights Bloodhound's Raven, but before then they were very basic. So it makes sense that they're going to go in an order of Wraith, Bloodhound, Lifeline, and then after that they might have a little bit of a shakeup. When Bloodhound's Heirloom Recolor does release, I wouldn't expect a ton of different changes to it. Probably be just one singular color, very similar to the Wraith one, and maybe something scribbled on the hilt as well, or the handle. What I do hope though is, other than just additions, they start adding in a lot more customization with these recolors, because they aren't probably worth $160. Very similar to the reactive Peacekeeper skin, which is just, once again, another recolor of an existing skin in the game. Respawn has already made the announcement that they will not be doing another recolor like the Peacekeeper Battle Pass skin, as the backlash from that was pretty massive. And so another question I get asked all the time is, well, what happened to that heatsink flatline recolor that was in the files that was planned for a release? Overall, it was pretty cool. This is the one that fans actually wanted, not the Peacekeeper. Now, Kralrindo let us know that the heatsink was originally added in with a reactive skin header, and that this was most likely going to be for an ALGS event. There was even ALGS specific themed packs, and the reward was a reactive skin. However, as most of us are aware, teams were having issues actually making that work, with organizations not finding the offer that EA had made to them to sell their trademarked logos in the Apex store. Tech, who is actually an Apex coach player, actually said that he had heard that a couple of T1 orgs were offered only $60,000 for the entire org to be split amongst the players and various members of the org. And $60,000 sounds like a lot to an individual. When split across 3 pro players who have a fairly large monthly salary, along with actual members of the org making any revenue off of it, as it is their trademarked logo, this is a really bad offer. So the question is, are we ever going to see this flatline heatsink skin? Well, definitely not in the ALGS event, because I just don't think that's ever going to happen. It is unfortunate because they had a ton of great skins that Hypermiss showed us, and a lot of these would have sold really well, and I personally would have gotten a couple as well. But like I said, that's not coming. Now, what could happen is that they decide to sell the flatline heatsink in a store bundle. Like I said, we already know that the skin and model are completely done and ready to be sold. But since it won't be an heirloom reward, because that would go back on what Respawn said, although they have gone back on things they've said before, what makes sense is selling it in a store for a special sale, along with a couple of Apex packs. Overall, it's not the worst thing in the world to happen to this skin. It is a fan favorite. They did nerf the iron sight, so it has lost quite a bit of its value from where it was prized previously. And while it's cool they're adding in a bunch of new heirlooms, and I hope we get to continue to see more and more throughout the seasons, I do hope when they add in some of these recolors for existing legends, even though a fair number of legends haven't received them already, such as Horizon, who fans have been waiting for a very long time, and this season it does appear that Ash is going to be getting it. But it will be interesting to see what Moy Pereira and the rest of the team can actually come up with for unique animations for some of these legends who have had their heirlooms for a very long time and that fans want to see. Let me know down below, how do you feel about heirloom recolors? Are you in favor of these? Do you like the new animations that get put in? And do you think that this is something good for Apex Legends going into the future? And until next time, Legends, keep slaying the Outlands, and I'll see you out there.